Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So I wanted to let you know I'm seeing a trend emerge online, mostly in the comment sections of right-wing sites or right-wing shows, even the hosts. Now that even Trumplican media is having to admit that, yeah, there wasn't actually fraud in New Hampshire, and well, yeah, we're not exactly finding any smoking guns or any serious discrepancies in the Arizona fraud. Now their readers and viewers are moving the goalpost. Because instead of these states being the quote unquote first dominoes to fall, as Trump and others have said, so now what they're saying, the reason they're giving is, well, of course there's no evidence of fraud. The Democrats hid all the evidence. They covered their tracks. Really? Seriously? Here's what set them off recently. The hand count in Arizona is basically complete. And there was a statement made by Ken Bennett. Now, Bennett is the former Secretary of State for the state of Arizona. He's a Republican. And he's been monitoring this recount of the over 2 million ballots in Arizona. In a Fox 10 news article, Fox, Bennett said that the social media rumors about hundreds of thousands of ballots missing, which is what has been going around, he told Fox News that that's false. He told them, quote, anyone who says there's 200,000 short is guessing. Randy says that's crazy. I say it's not a finding we've made yet. Now, the Randy he's referring to is Randy Pullen. That's another Republican. He was the chairman of the Arizona Republican Party at one time, and he was also the treasurer of the Republican National Committee. So I told you guys this was going to happen. There will be excuse after excuse after excuse for why they can't get to the truth, even though Republican senators pushed for this Arizona fraud and seized control of the ballots and the machines without any oversight, without anybody looking over their shoulder. Now, here's the danger and the rub for companies like Cyber Ninjas and Wake TSI, who took part in this fraud, who are still overseeing this fraud. I don't know if they thought this far ahead. They know exactly what MAGA supporters want from them. They know what these Retrumplicans expect as a result of this fraud in Arizona. But they also know that if they come forward and they allege that there's a crime, that there was voter fraud or election fraud, they're going to be sued just like other people are. They'll be sued by Dominion if they say it was something nefarious with the Dominion machines. Or they're going to at least be forced to go to court and prove that what they're saying is true in a court of law. And they can't. They won't be able to. But not without doing something very illegal themselves and manipulating data. So they're caught between a rock and armed Q lunatics. If they tell the truth and they say there's no evidence of widespread voter fraud or election fraud that would have changed the outcome of the election, they're going to start getting death threats, just like other people are, just like everyone else involved in the election has gotten throughout the entire country. But if they say there was fraud, they have to prove it. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they walk this tightrope and how they get out of it. If they can even get out of it at this point. But it seems that the Q crowd is already throwing them a lifeline, right? They're preparing these excuses ahead of time for them for what they see coming. And for those of you who don't know about the New Hampshire fraud, here's a quick summary. They hired a nonpartisan group. It was a nonprofit group called Verified Voting. And this company audited the results in a New Hampshire town called Windham. So Trump was all excited about this. And he said, oh, this is going to be one of the first of many. And it's going to prove there was election fraud, that the election was stolen, blah, 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 whine. You know the drill. So as usual, he was wrong. He was totally wrong. What they explained was that the town had used a machine to fold the ballots before they were sent out to the voters. The return ballots were then fed through another machine, which counted the votes, right? Very standard. Well, apparently, the folds on some of the ballots went right through the Democrat's name, which it's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be scored at another location on the page. So the machine picked up on this fold and it either didn't register a vote at all, like no one got credit for that vote, or because the Democrat's name was on that fold, it registered the vote for the Democrat in the race. But even after this issue was discovered and the hand recount was completed, it didn't change the election results. Oh, and by the way, the person who requested this recount was a Democrat. A Democrat who lost in this race requested that this recount be done. Everyone involved in the audit also said that it's unlikely that this was an issue in other places in the country because, like I said, they typically will align the folds in the paper where there is no circle for you to fill in, where there's no candidate's name, so that you don't have issues like this. You know, they made a whole lot out of nothing. They're still trying to say that, oh, see, something was going on there, when everyone involved is saying, no, it's pretty simple. This is what we attribute it to. And it didn't, even after correcting for that error, it didn't change the outcome of the election. Oh, and a Democrat lost. If they were rigging the votes, why wouldn't every Democrat have won? There's just no logic used. So, God, common sense, where has it gone? So anyway, guys, I'll keep you all posted as I hear more, but now we know what their excuse is going to be, what their next excuse is going to be. There's just simply no answer they're ever going to be happy with. There's nothing that's going to satisfy MAGA world. If Jesus Christ himself came back and said, Trump lost, Biden won, I guarantee they'll all be out renouncing their religion. They would renounce their religion before they'd renounce Trump's lies. That's how a cult works. All right, I'll keep you all posted as I hear more. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care. I will talk with you soon.